The beginning of a summer's day in late July on Peckforton Light Railway. We find ourselves at Beeston Castle Station just before 7 o'clock to find out what is happening, as preparations are being made for the coming day. At the end of the platform, a couple of local farmers are dropping off milk churns filled with luscious Cheshire milk from the morning milking. They are also picking up empty churns to take back for their afternoon milking. On the platform, Station Master Herbert Williamson is chatting to some of the copper mine workers, awaiting the arrival of the first ore train of the day. At this hour, the platform is devoid of passengers. The first passenger train isn't due for another 40 minutes or so. At the Beeston Market end of the station, William France and his son are bagging up coal, ready for delivery to outlying cottages, farmsteads and communities. Even at this time of day, there is plenty going on. More or less on time, the first down ore train of the day trundles into the station, hauled by Ruston 4448 horsepower diesel loco number 27 Nick and Geminder diesel loco number 26 James. The workman's coach is positioned at the head of the train to avoid excess jostling of its inhabitants. At 7:10, the ore train departs, with workmen, empty skips, a tanker of diesel fuel and the gunpowder van in tow. Looks like another busy day in store at the copper mine. By the time the morning down mixed arrives, a few determined travellers are awaiting its arrival. The milk churn wagon will be just at the right end of the platform to collect the churns, and a covered open wagon is on its way to the bone works at Buckley. The down mixed departs, just a couple of minutes late. It is pulled today by ex-Skull and Skibbereen Naismith and Wilson 044 tank loco number 21 Broxton. But Williamson, as we can see, always manages to find time to talk to passengers. In fact, they sometimes struggle to get away without having a chat. Hot on the heels of the mixed, a short permanent way train passes through, pulled by Ruston Proctor paraffin loco number 28 Greg. Health and safety guidance is fairly relaxed on the railway, but fortunately, so far, there haven't been any serious accidents. At 9:57, the mixed returns, having delivered the covered open wagon to Buckley and picked up a wagon loaded with empty barrels from Bickerton. The barrels need to be returned to Beeston Brewery for replenishment. An empty coal wagon is retrieved before the wagon load of barrels is delivered to the brewery's siding at the far end of the station. With shunting completed, the up-mixed can now continue on its way to Beeston Market. Fortunately, in the halcyon days of 1932, passengers are quite happy to take their time. Why hurry? With the line to Beeston Market now clear, a down empty sand train hauled by Black Hawthorn loco number 14 Burwardsley passes through. At 9:45, the mid-morning down passenger steams into the station. Slightly behind time, the down passenger departs. With Beeston Brewery on the right, the train passes over tracks to Bickerton Station, which of course is really around 6 miles away. The coaches are based very loosely on Leek and Manifold saloons, and were bashed from Bachman Jackson Sharp coaches. They are extremely reliable runners. By 10:10, the ore train returns, with loaded skips. There is a mix of copper ore, destined for the smelters at Alderley Edge, and spoil, which will be used to shore up the flood defences on the Dee estuary at Talaka. The next arrival is a Downs special excursion, hauled by Kerr Stewart 042 Loco number 23 Bunbury, pulling a train of Madison panelled compartment coaches. The passengers are tourists from Manchester, seeking the delights of the Peckforton Hills fresh air. As the excursion special passengers disembark, the mid-morning up passenger arrives. This loco has the most recent version of the My Loco sound card, with brake squeal effects as the loco coasts to a halt. On time at 11:20, the mid-morning up passenger departs. Don't worry, the cattle in that van have been fed and watered. With the line ahead now clear and its more enthusiastic passengers already tramping the footpaths up to the castle or along the ridge of the Peckforton Hills, the Downs special can depart for Buckley, where the walkers will rejoin it for the return journey. Time moves on, and the midday down passenger pulls into the platform, with stalwart ex-Southwold Railway Manning Wardle 062 Loco number 4 Buckley in charge. Slightly ahead of schedule, the train departs. This loco was my first attempt at a scratch-built steam loco body on an LGB U-Class motorblock. It has always been a very reliable runner. Having formed its train at Beeston Market Station, the daily down pickup goods arrives, with Hunslet Loco number 3 Bickerton at its head, a Garden Railway specialist kit on an LGB toy train motorblock. I have compressed the shunting operation slightly for the sake of the video, but 2 empty coal wagons and a cattle van are removed from the up-facing siding to be replaced by another cattle van and 2 full wagons of coal. In the 1930s, coal was very much the mainstay of railway traffic, and being a rural dairy farming community, livestock transportation was also an important feature, not dissimilar to the Welsh Pool and Llanfair Railway. With shunting complete, the goods can retire to the passing loop, where the crew can pass the time of day with Bert Williamson as they wait for the line ahead to be cleared. Bang on time, the early afternoon up passenger pulls into the station. Quite a few passengers are aiming to make the connection to Chester, either to do business or for retail therapy in the Rose. On Bert's whistle, the up passenger makes a brisk departure for Beeston Market, the line's principal station and terminus. Shortly after, the pickup goods gets the all clear and continues on its journey down the line to Peckforton and all points west. At around 2 p.m, a down ore train scurries through, with 040 diesel mechanical freelance loco number 20 Robert in charge. This has an Arduino-based radio control and sound system installed. 15 minutes later and loco number 4 returns with the down mid-afternoon passenger train. This was take 7. Coordinating 2 transmitters to maintain a constant distance between the 2 locos proved far trickier than it looks. The down passenger awaits the right-of-way as the permanent way train now returns, its crew having sorted out a couple of problems further down the line. The afternoon is wearing on as the up ore train returns. The gunpowder van has been emptied and is returning to Beeston Market for fresh supplies. Looks like another seam of copper ore is being opened up. Loco number 14 has returned with a train of empty hopper wagons for the sand quarry. The wagons are based on those which ran on the Snail Beach and District Railways in Shropshire. The down sand train waits patiently for the afternoon up passenger to arrive. With the departure of the up passenger, the sand train can continue its journey. Without the sand quarry and copper mine traffic, Peckforton Light Railway would probably struggle to survive, as befell many other narrow gauge railways of this period. Shortly after 4 p.m, the pickup goods returns, having spent the afternoon shunting wagons on and off the train further down the line. It has picked up a wagon load of empty beer barrels from Bickerton, which need to be returned to the brewery. In addition, a wagon load of casks needs to be picked up, together with a van loaded with bottles and kegs destined for the brewery's chain of pubs in the surrounding district and beyond. The goods awaits the arrival of the late afternoon passenger train, hauled by ex-Southwold Railway Sharp Stewart 242 loco number 5, Tarporley. The moment the goods gets the all clear, it departs, its crew no doubt thankful they are nearing the end of their day's work, once shunting and engine maintenance and cleaning has been completed. On time, the late down afternoon passenger departs. The Sharpie was my second steam loco scratch build. As you can tell, the Southwold is probably my all-time favourite narrow gauge railway. The last down ore train now thunders past, with IP Engineering Jesse loco number 8 Winford at its head. An hour or so later, and the late afternoon up passenger returns. Hot on its heels, a loaded up sand train storms in. it pauses briefly to await the all-clear before proceeding. No doubt the driver and guard are anxious to be signing off for the day. At 6:20 on the dot, the Sharpie brings in the afternoon mixed. More churns to be collected from the afternoon milking, a wagon of coal for delivery to Bickerton, and some logs to be dropped off at the sawmill in Peckforton. The afternoon turns to evening as the last up-ore train of the day rolls in. No doubt those workmen have more than earned whatever pittance their labours bring in. As a summer shower dampens proceedings, the up-evening mixed arrives. Fortunately, the waiting passengers seem to have come prepared for the vagaries of weather in this part of the country. The tourists in the excursion special have certainly made a good day of it in the Peckforton Hills. It will be nearing midnight by the time they return to their homes in Manchester. The last passenger train of the day is always powered by internal combustion. Lord Tolmash is hosting an event at Peckforton Castle, and so his saloon coach has been added to the train. No doubt his well-to-do guests will appreciate this added luxury. With centre cab Gemeinde diesel loco James now taking the strain for the return journey, the last train of the day rolls in. And rolls out. I think we can agree that Beeston Castle Station cannot be considered to be a rural backwater.